hard way that I'm never going to be the first one to ever show up to Catholic confession again. I mean, I will absolutely go because I have a lot of guilt.
What time does it start?
Well, it's different at every church that you go to. And as a matter of fact, I was not at my home church because their confession times are on a different day. And the whole reason I had to go is because, or I felt compelled to go, is because I had missed Mass the week before.
Ooh.
And so I know. It made me
That's
feel
a
bad.
sin?
Yeah. You're supposed
Really?
Yeah. You're supposed to go to church every week. And we believe that you cannot accept the Eucharist, which we believe is Jesus, that you can't accept the Eucharist if you haven't attended Mass. So then you go to confession and then you repent and then you're able to go and accept the Eucharist again. So that was like my main reason for going, is because I had missed Mass, but then I had a litany of other things. I've gossiped, I've been mean to people.
Did you
I've been
mention how mean you were to me?
No, not you specifically.
Oh.
Just as a whole, right?
Jason standing outside the church like, did you do it? Did you ask God to forgive you for the way you treat me?
Maybe I'll put that on the list
stop
for next
following
time.
me around.
Right?
Yeah.
But I learned that I'm never going to be the first one to go because I had, first of all, for years, I mean, since I've been working here, so this is going on 18 years, I've always gone right down the street to St. Benedict's for like Ash Wednesday masses or for confession, or if they're having a daily mass that I want to go to, because they have really good hours for my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew that they had confession starting at like 11:45.
And what day is this, Sunday?
This was Friday. This was a Friday.
Oh,
They
I
have
thought
confession every day.
The God Day is Sunday.
That is one of them?
Primarily God
That's
Day.
the God Day.
It's primarily God Day, but we have daily mass.
Oh.
And then there's daily confession at St. Benedict's.
I
So I wrote down all my sins and I was prepared. I was in the right headspace. And I got there before, probably maybe like 15 minutes before confession was slated to begin. And so my mind's thinking like, okay, I'm going to say this and I have to remember to do that. And I walk right up to the church the way I've done probably 100 times over the past year or couple of years. And I went to reach for the door and I wasn't even thinking. And I yanked it open so hard only to find that the door was locked. And I pulled my arm out of its socket. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was like, yeah! Like that. And I'm sure that there are cameras.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
I'm sure that they're like looking at me thinking, who is this person?
It's not our home church.
But I've never in my life thought, oh, the door's locked.
Of
It's
the
never
church.
been locked.
Yeah, it seems like
ever.
church doors are always open.
So
yeah.
you know how you've done that before,
Yeah.
where you just go to
You're
yank
like,
it, and
oh,
it was
yeah.
like, oh. So I stood there for a second. And I thought, okay, guess this door's locked. So I went down the stairs.
That was the strike from God.
Do not enter.
Before you confess your
Not
sins,
Yeah.
about how bad you've been.
Well, I have a couple more strikes coming up then. So I walk down the stairs. I walk across the little patio area. Walk up the other set of stairs thinking, well, if that door's locked, this door's going to be open. So I go and I reach it and I open it like I mean it, and it is locked too. And I rip my other shoulder out of its socket. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I'm seriously hurt. I couldn't even hold my purse. Just standing there like that. So I was like, okay, I guess it's locked. So
Yeah.
I've never
Did you get
experienced
the
that
right
before.
hours?
Yeah, it was right hour. I mean, I walked down the stairs thinking I'm going to Google just to make sure, but it is there on the outside of the
It
church.
says it,
right.
It says it. So I just thought, well, maybe that's a vacation or something. I don't know. Well, as I'm turning around to walk down the stairs, I do hear the door rattling, and this woman comes and she's, oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't ready yet, but yeah, please come on in. Please, I'm unlocking everything. It's like, oh, okay.
She's
so
the intern Squidward of the Catholic Church. Just a little bit
not
late.
ready on time.
Has time blindness.
She's innocent.
I go and sit down in the back pews where, there's the confessional and the priest will be there in a few. And I go and sit down in the back and I'm reading my prayer book, which I carry with me. And I thought, oh, St. Benedict's has candles. And if you're not familiar, do you guys have candles
No.
in your churches? Like you can
Fire
light
hazard.
Fire
them?
hazard.
Oh,
Fire hazard.
really?
No, I mean, we just don't.
No,
Oh,
it is. but
okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure it is.
We've
This
had
is
candles
appropriate.
in mine.
They do?
Yeah, we have candles, yeah.
What are you?
Presbyterian.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way more chill, Jason. Come join our side. Come join the Presbyterians, yeah. We're laid back.
And yours is Baptist, Jason?
Baptist?
What is his?
I don't know.
Non-denominational.
Oh.
With,
Uh,
with Baptist tinge.
With a, yeah,
Yeah.
No.
with just a skosh of Baptist.
No.
Baptist. Anyway, we have candles, and my home church does not have candles. So anytime I'm in St. Benedict's, I like to take a moment and pay tribute to people that I've lost in my life and say an extra special prayer. And you have to put money. I mean, the idea is you offer a donation and then you're able to light a candle. Well, I'm looking around and I see the woman, she's kind of scurrying and putting books places and Bibles and whatever, and she has a box of things, and I go over and I'm looking and I'm like, how am I supposed to light this? And she comes over, oh God, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. And I was like, oh, okay, take your time. I feel like I'm constantly rushing this poor woman.
Right.
And every move I make, I'm one move ahead of her. Right. And she just is like, didn't have the doors, can't do the candles, doesn't have the thing lit.
Let's face it.
I don't think so. I think I just was so early, but she was letting me in, I think, to be nice. I don't know. So she finally gets the candles. I said, you know what? Just take your time. I can wait. I'll just sit here and wait. She's like, okay. So I see her filling all the candles. She lights one. She walks away, and I think, now I can go do my thing. So I walk over, light my candles, say my prayer.
I'm not ready yet, I said.
I see her very busy out of the corner of my eye. I slip my money into the offering, and it falls directly onto the floor. And she turns to me, she goes, oh, I don't have the basket in yet.
So
this is
it goes
not
into
working
like
out.
it goes almost like into like a box.
It's supposed to.
A basket you can't see.
Yes.
So instead it just goes out the bottom of the box on the floor.
Right onto the floor. And I was like, the poor woman.
God gave me money.
She was just so flustered. You know what I mean? She was just so flustered, and I was trying to make it better, and I made it way worse.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you have nothing to be sorry about. I promise. Meanwhile, seriously, my arms are like they are burning because I have ripped them out of the socket trying to get into the church.
Amazing. Was the priest ready for you to talk? To give
I know I had to wait for him, which is always awkward because when you're the only one who's sitting there and the priest is walking down the aisle to go into the confessional, he knows it's you who's coming in.
Oh yeah, because it's not face to face.
Right.
So typically when you do a confession, the priest doesn't see who it is that comes in?
He's behind a screen.
Well, what if you just have the camera out there in where the pews are? Are they going to be able to see?
I'm sure. I mean, I don't think it just is that kind of awkward moment where you're like, ooh, I made eye contact and I'm about to go be real vulnerable somewhere.
Can you tell us what you confessed?
Yeah, I said, well, first you say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. And you'd say how long it's been since your last confession. I think mine was like right at a month. And
is that a sin too?
No, you can.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's no rule on how often you're supposed to go. It's just when you feel, and so I said that I had used the Lord's name in vain. It's
a commandment. Broken commandment.
I missed Mass. That was my big one, that I had missed Mass and that I had gossiped.
Is the missed Mass mean you missed it 1 week or 1 month or for
I just missed it 1 week.
That's a sin for 1 week? No, thank you. Not going there, but go ahead.
I mean, I think
1 week is a sin?
You're just following the protocol.
Yeah, the protocol
they
is...
say if you miss, you need to go to confession before you come back or before you do it again.
Right. But I mean, if you're sick, you don't... It's not...
Or
that's
traveling.
Not, I mean, you have to really make the commitment, or you have to be intentional ongoing.
Okay,
I mean,
so Mass is the Sunday thing
that's
for
the
your
Sunday
church.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. I said in my confession that I had judged others.
No, you
Yes.
would never do that.
Even the priest was like, really? You?
Who did you judge besides Jared?
I mean,
And
Everyone on the show.
every single one of you.
There's 4 of us in
Is
here.
that what it is?
Judge.
Not just, you guys are, I mean, you are my world,
Yeah.
but I have a lot of other people
pity.
that I judge in
I
my
get
world.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know that it extends
But you
beyond.
definitely judge everyone that works here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah,
Don't
sure.
we? I mean, you drive by somebody and you're like, wouldn't have worn that.
Yeah.
Or,
Was there one person or one thing particular that you wanted your sins forgiven?
my kids. I said I'd been incredibly hard on them and that
So normal.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be better.
I
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
good.
You know,
I mean, yeah.
I said I didn't have as much compassion because, like, you're always supposed to think of other people. And so there's certain situations where I definitely felt like I could have more compassion than I showed or,
Did you ask for forgiveness for that volunteer DJ at the swim meet that you slammed on the air?
Oh, yeah.
No, but I should add that to the
Yeah.
next time.
next week.
Put that on the list.
Put that on there. I just keep a running thing in the back of my planner.
Oh, we all, yeah. If you're a human being, you have a running list.
You do.
Whether you
Yeah.
do confession or not, which we all should maybe on the air do what our confessions would be maybe in a day or two.
I like the sound of that. Everybody, just,
Wow.
do you want me to see if I can
I'm
get
not
a priest on the
sorry
phone?
for anything.
Sure.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, well,
You're not sorry for anything.
Oh, well, maybe when I was 16, the thing I talked about, but that was a long time ago.
You don't day to day feel like, Could be
No.
better.
I can answer that. No.
No, he doesn't.
Not really.
What is that like?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
That's-
I walk around constantly feeling like I could be better, or there are things that I could do better in
I
my
think
life.
I could
or
be better, but I don't necessarily think I'm sorry all the time. That's a tough way to
I don't
live.
think I'm sorry all the time, but I'm like, she could have made a better choice.
Yeah, you always want to think how you could be better.
Yeah.
Right?
But Catholic guilt is real, though. Catholic guilt is,
I
it's
just
a thing.
it seems tough to walk around with guilt all your life over religion.
Well,
Not over
it's
religion,
not
but
over
like
religion. It's
over mistakes you make.
yeah, me trying to be the best I can be.
Okay.
Just like stress will, or sometimes will push you to do, like, there's like good stress, like at work, push you to get your work done or to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's things like if you know that, if you have a goal or standards and you're not meeting them, but you're trying,
Yeah,
you're going to end up being a better person because you're at least striving for something
exactly.
instead of Jason being Gilgo Jr.
Gilgo.
All right, let's go to the phones.
You should say sorry for that.
I will.
He'll add it to his list.
You know, I apologize more than anybody around here.
I did also, just very quickly, I did add that I had been to impure websites, and that
What website?
was work related. those are all the times where I have to type in like so and so bikini, or the times where I will just watch a sex tape at work, but it's for work.
What's the inappropriate website?
That's the one.
Oh,
That's
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Jason.
inappropriate to say so and so bikini and look at somebody in a bikini photo.
I just don't.
Sex tapes.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
you know, but it's yeah.
This is
I
natural
don't feel
human.
right about it,
Okay.
or I'm seeking it out. You know what I mean?
You know,
And by the way, I'm doing it while I'm on the show, just so you
Right,
know.
right, no,
But,
right,
yeah.
yes, just
but
so
I still
anybody-
felt weird about it.
yeah. Well, and although we have a long-time caller,
Yes.
long-time listener, and not even a first-time caller on the phone, I don't know, Jason might start calling in instead of this guy. Let's go to Satan. Good morning, Satan.
Good morning, my favorite radio show.
Oh, hi, Satan.
How have you been?
I've been doing great. I'm doing even better now, Katie.
Yeah.
Now that you've brought up the sexual websites you're going to, I just hit 5 in a row on my bingo card for your confession.
Katie.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now, Satan, we know that you strive every moment of every day to try to bring down every single person
All of us.
on earth. So did you have a role to play in this debacle of confession for Katie?
Oh, of course. The doors are always locked when I'm there. I knew she was going. I made it a point to be there first.
Well, you were.
So the lady that was volunteering at the Catholic Church, she unlocked the door, and you went back behind her and locked them?
Absolutely. Twice.
Well, that would explain my arms being out of their sockets. Don't explain that.
They were unlocked. Say
I am sorry about that. I was hoping you could use those arms to sin a little more later.
All right, Satan, who are you working on the most on the show?
Oh, it's Jason Goodman as always.
It's working.
He's like an
We're
apprentice.
boys. We're friends.
You and Satan are boys, he says.
Yeah.
Well, at least somebody's friends with me.
You see,
He's starting to get a little too religious, though. I'm starting to work on my new tattoo, though. I'm becoming a toxic king like Squid and Jared.
now, Satan, there's a lot you have to do to become a toxic king. I don't know if you're ready, but so would you say Jason's like your apprentice, Satan?
Yes, he's definitely the understudy, if you know what I'm saying. Understudy.
Satan in training.
Yeah. So if you're busy one day, he fills in for you, or if you're feeling sick.
Yeah, he's usually my go-to when I'm under the weather.
How
That's
much
nice.
How much power and wealth has Jason gained from you? Satan?
100% of it. 100%.
There ain't nothing pure about Jason.
Oh, I thought that was your boys, Jason.
Yeah, that's messed
Oh.
up. That you should say sorry for
I'm just
that.
piquing my interest is all.
When we have Satan on the phone, you got to get your questions
Yeah, he's
in.
very busy.
Wow.
Very
Yeah.
busy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Satan, could you tell me one thing? How many more divorces is Jerry going to have?
Jason, that's my next bingo card, actually. How many divorces Jared's going to get?
Yeah, I'm probably going to top out at 3.
Okay.
Over under 3 is probably going to be the highest. But
Yeah, the over under.
yeah.
I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over.
That's probably smart.
Satan, could you tell me, did you give Squidward the time blindness that he's claiming?
Maybe.
Not even I'm okay with him being this slow. It's ridiculous.
Because you have to be on time with stuff you do. I mean, you had to be there early, knowing Katie was going to be at the Catholic Church first. You had to be there early. If
He's
you
a
were like
planner.
Squid
Mm-hmm.
and late, then your evil tactics wouldn't work.
That's definitely my biggest strength. I'm very punctual. Very punctual.
And you
Yeah.
took advantage of a lady who had time blindness.
Mm-hmm.
So evil.
And so you've been working on Jason for a long time.
Thank you.
When Jason was 16 and he made a girl that he dated get on a scale
Oh my gosh.
before every date.
That's out of context.
Well,
That's very sensitive right there. There's a whole story with that.
but he was
okay.
behind it seemed.
But you had to be behind that.
Who do you
right?
think gave him the scale? Who do you think gave him the scale?
All right, Satan, we know you're busy. I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
calling in, and have a good one.
Appreciate it. Talk to you soon, Jason.
He's I don't know. He likes the show. We're always surprised who listens.
You know, we'll take a phone call from
And
anybody.
he's charismatic. So.
Yes.
Seems, yeah.
Charismatic.
Almost likable, but
Yeah.
almost.
That's how Satan gets you.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
happens.
if he was like just scary all the time, you wouldn't listen.
No.
Yeah.